One morning, you, a hardworking and dedicated person, decided to surprise your wife by coming home early. You were excited to share a moment of joy, something unexpected. However, as you entered quietly, reality hit you in the most painful way. You found her with another man. In that moment, your world seemed to crumble. Instead of shouting, arguing, or confronting them, you simply turned around and walked away. Your heart felt heavy, emotions swirling between pain and disbelief. You wandered aimlessly, unsure of where to go, but knowing that staying there was no longer an option. You left everything behind, including the city you lived in, and began living on the streets. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Once strong and stable, you had now become a shadow of who you used to be. One Saturday morning, while lying on a park bench, the rain began to fall. You sought shelter under a tree, watching the gray sky and feeling the weight of every raindrop on your skin. When the rain stopped, a deep hunger overwhelmed you. You searched your pockets for any coin or change that might help you get some food. In that moment of despair, an inexplicable urge to pray came over you. With tears in your eyes, you asked God, "Lord, with the little I have, help me get some food. Give me a sign that you see my suffering." After the prayer, you wiped your tears and set out to find food. You came across a small bar, and with the little you had, managed to buy a meal. The owner, skeptical of your appearance, didn't let you eat inside. So you sat on the sidewalk to eat, the hunger gnawing at your stomach. Just as you were about to take the first bite, you heard a voice, "Sir!" Looking up, you saw an elderly man with two children, their faces filled with fatigue and hunger. Humbly, the old man asked, "Could you help us? We're very hungry." At that moment, you looked at your plate of food. Despite your own hunger, you saw that those three people needed it more than you. "Here, take it," you said with a weak smile. "I ate yesterday morning." The old man smiled gratefully and responded, "The kindness you've shown today will change your destiny." He insisted on giving you an old coin in exchange for your generosity. Despite your reluctance, you accepted it. After watching them eat, you returned to the park, hoping to sleep. But sleep didn't come. Hunger persisted, and the cold wind surrounded you. Trying to cover yourself with some newspapers, an advertisement caught your attention. "We buy old coins." You remembered the coin the old man had given you. "Who knows," you thought. You cut out the ad and went to the address. When you arrived, the shop owner was surprised by your appearance, but allowed you to enter. Hesitantly, you showed him the coin. He examined it carefully, and after a brief silence, he said, "This coin is a valuable relic." To your amazement, the man handed you a check for thousands of dollars. With the check in hand, your legs nearly gave way. The emotion was so overwhelming that you ran to find the old man and the children, hoping to share the blessing. You searched everywhere, but they were gone. Desperate, you went to a nearby newsstand and asked the vendor, "Did you see an old man with two children here?" She smiled kindly and said, "Yes, he left this note for you." With trembling hands, you opened the note, and as you read it, tears began to fall. "Today you gave your best. We have rewarded you with great love. Signed, God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit." That moment brought deep understanding to your heart. The hardships, betrayals, and losses were not in vain. Everything had a greater purpose. You realized that even in your darkest moments, God had been with you, watching, ready to act at the right time. Life, no matter how hard, still held surprises and turning points. Remember, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. Be a blessing.